everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about Elon Musk and his company and the reason behind starting those companies. And now comes the question that why I had chosen this topic. So the reason for choosing this topic is that I was so much curious about knowing that what exactly all the tech billionaires have started a journey and how they are going ahead with the same, what challenges they were facing in their journey and how they have come up as the way we see them now. Because you know that Elon Musk is one of the tech billionaires, and that is one of the most fascinating things to know about him and about the history of his life. But today we won't be discussing much into the depth. We will be doing a short video on the same. I will be telling about all the companies which are being there, its significance and so on. And the important part which would be in this video would be that how those companies are impacting our life in today's world. So now before starting with the same, let me first give you a brief that how the things were and who Elon Musk is and from where it was and so on. So basically, Elon Musk is the charismatic chief executive of electric car maker Tesla. And Tesla was actually earlier some other company which he has owned now. So that was short history for Tesla. And he's also a rocket manufacturer, SpaceX, and has made a deal to buy Twitter. So that is still a conflicting. But you can see several tweets and so on that Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter and he is in the process of buying it or he has already bought it. So news is always like that only, and that is also becoming a hype. And because of all those things only, Twitter was like is some of the stock. So that was the thing there. Now we're starting about any other thing. Actually, Elon Musk belonged to South Africa. Basically, he was born and brought up in South Africa, and then he spent his time in Canada before moving to US. So that was a short migration journey about Elon Musk. He thought that there are not much opportunities in South Africa and Canada, so he directly moved to US, and he was educated in the University of Pennsylvania in physics, and he started getting fit as a serial tech entrepreneur with early successes like 𝐍𝐞𝐿, which merged with a company that became PayPal. So basically 𝐍𝐞𝐿 and now both of them has merged into PayPal. So this was his first company which he started. And actually this company he started with collaboration with his brother in the starting ages, and now we all know about the PayPal. So and the owner of the PayPal is Elon Musk. So Musk have behaved eccentrically from time to time. He has said he has Asperger's syndrome. So that's also one of the things which I got to know while researching about him, that he is a person who has been into the phase of failures, then partial success, then even into the phase that when he was completely bankrupt, but then he was having in mind that he wanted to do it, so he motivated all his workers and so on, and he just did it. And that time was at the time was SpaceX only. And there is a brief history about SpaceX also. So till now we have discussed about PayPal, Tesla, and now about the SpaceX. So basically during the time when he wanted to have his own company about the rocket manufacturing and so on, actually contacted NASA as well for the same, but NASA rejected his proposal. So at that moment he thought that now it's all on himself that how he want to go ahead with the same. So he started with that SpaceX journey, and with the first failure, then again when he didn't lose the hope for doing and going ahead with the same. So then he finally launched with the SpaceX, and that was a success. And after that, when it was a complete success, then now NASA also want to collaborate with him. So from this point, I just learned that how when we are rejected by some other huge company, then how we can turn our own failures into success. That we should be consistent and don't lose at any moment any sort of hope, and just go ahead for the same which you really want to dream and believe and achieve. So this was brief journey about the 3 companies. Now let us start with all the other 5 companies which are being owned by Elon Musk. So from energy to transport to healthcare, here are the industries where he has made a revolutionary changes. So the first company is SpaceX. So in the SpaceX, the industries which he affected by going ahead with the SpaceX was the 3 industries. First is the space industry, and how he disrupted that space industry by offering lower price transport into the space. And the second industry which was disrupted by SpaceX was telecommunication. offering lower priced services. So that was the thing. Because of that SpaceX only, launching of those satellites and so on. So the telecommunication could also be in that manner by launching lower price services, right? And the third industry which he affected by launching of the SpaceX was the satellite internet only. Means one was telecommunication through satellites, and the second was about the internet, which was through the satellites. So putting more satellites into the space for cheaper rate. So that's how SpaceX disrupted these three industries. Now this was the first company, but SpaceX was basically started because he wanted to colonize Mars, and he wanted to have some cheaper way of transport so that a person can go to Mars and can get back to the Earth. So that was the main purpose for which he wanted to start the SpaceX. But behind those purposes also, there are several other purposes which I had explained till now. So this was about the SpaceX. Now the second company. So basically second company is Tesla. So basically in Tesla, you all know that what all Tesla is about. It's about the vehicles, means those vehicles which can run by their own without the help of any other person. And there are basically several level of vehicles. First start with the unmanned vehicles, second start with these. Those are automated vehicles, so they have the 5 levels till now, and still they are in progress. So how I got curious about this Tesla, it was because of the fact I was working on the electric vehicle research paper. So that's why I just got to know about that there is someone who is already working on the same. So that's why I got to know and started learning more about the same. So how the Tesla is disrupting the industry. So basically Tesla is disrupting several 5 industries. First is the automobile. As it is about the vehicles, so surely about automobile, and how it is building the best, lowest cost electric vehicles. So that's how it's about the Tesla. The second industry, personal transportation. So basically eliminating the need for car ownership entirely. So that was about the automated vehicles, because there we don't require any person to handling those vehicles. And third, about the solar energy, because Tesla owns the vehicles which are basically running on the electricity rather than running on the conventional fossil fuels. So that was environment friendly, and they are basically running on the solar energy as well. So that's why increasing access with the power wall and solar route. See, the thing is that whenever there are rainy day or snowy days, still there is solar energy in our environment. And even there could be solar energies which could be stored and transformed into the electrical powers, and through that these vehicles could run. So that's why they are utilizing these facts to run these vehicles. So that's somehow completely environment friendly process, and that's how they are disrupting this solar energy industry. Now it's about the fossil fuel. So how about the fossil fuel? Now you would have already known that how Tesla is disrupting the industry of fossil fuel, because their vehicles are completely based on electricity, right? So they don't require any fossil fuel, means petrol, diesel and other natural gas and so on for running their vehicle. So that's the thing. So how they are disrupting this industry is by making idle Tesla cars available via app. So this is somehow they are using this by using this, and then they are eliminating the usage of fossil fuel in between the same. So then comes the about car sharing, because these cars are somehow, after electric cars, these cars, the next level of cars which they are producing are automated cars, right? So in this automated cars, when we are directly using those electricity, and they are unmanned cars, right? So if any person book those cars, right, so they could share that particular car with other persons as well. So that's reducing the freight cost by a magnitude. So that's how they are disrupting this car. Sharing industry. Then third company. So the third company is the boring company. That company is about the infrastructure and housing and so on. So it's not only about getting into automobile into the space, means not only about running the transportation on the road, heading over to the space and entering into the what we say that finance by that PayPal, it's also about the real estate. So this is the third company, which is the boring company, and how in which industries it is affecting is about the tunneling, infrastructure, real estate, and the freight shipping. So now, regarding tunneling, reducing the cost of tunneling through the ground. So this boring company is about that they are making the making the houses inside the tunnels. So they are reducing the cost of tunneling through the ground, and then they are building more efficient transportation infrastructure. Basically, this boring company is somehow related to their automated vehicles. So Elon Musk is somehow trying to build up some sort of infrastructure where they can run their automated vehicle in those tunnels, and their housing could be also inside that tunnel. So they are completely building that underground. So this is somehow some of the facts about the same. And then building more efficient transportation infrastructure. So that is what I explained. And then about increasing range, people can live from their places to work. So if there would be tunnels, right? So there would be like what we say that rather than those distances on the ground, there would be displacement inside the ground. So that would be the thing here. Basically, displacement is shorter than the distance, right? When you have the direct route rather than having some small routes. So this is how he's trying to increase the range of people can live from their place to work. So that's how he is channelizing all the time of people in traveling to the time of work. So, and the next thing is about the reducing freight cost by a magnitude. So that's how this boring company is working all about. So now comes the part for the fourth company, that is OpenAI. Because these all things are, see, this Tesla, and then after Tesla, it's coming up with the automated vehicles. So that automated vehicles and so on, they all require the power of what we say as computer vision and so on, right? So there is not only about heading over to the previous technologies which are being there. So that's why there is requirement of some research upon new technical aspects. So that's why there is one company, OpenAI, that is also owned by Elon Musk only. So the industries for which he is affecting these are about the AI, machine learning, or you can say the competitiveness in the technical research. So basically how he is disrupting all these industries is like owning the best AI system in the world and the consistently producing better than human AI. So basically the whole research is ongoing in this OpenAI company for the fact of performing the better and the most efficient systems which could detect about the efficient AI mechanisms. So that is the whole thing which this OpenAI company is doing. And now comes the part for the fifth company, that is the Neuralink. So this industries for which it is working is in which it can and it is in actual affecting is the prosthetics, medicines, and military, and the robotics. So basically 4 industries. So in this, how it is disrupting is by reducing the cost of effective prosthesis by magnitude, and then treating the serious illness with simple injections, and allowing enhancement of human capabilities, and even about better modeling of brain-machine interaction. So this Neuralink company is working in all about the field of medicines. So this was about this company, and the other company which he started that was PayPal, about which I have already explained in the starting. So these were a few of the companies in which he is working in this you can say in this century or whatever you can say. Like he's completely ambitious about completing all these stuffs and researching more into the same. Like he's one of the behavior which I like the most is that even if you don't know about a particular thing, then he directly have a conversation with all the people who are working in that particular field in his company, and then gets to know about the same. Like he's curious about all the things, and he's just transforming this world into a more eco-friendly, you can better say eco-friendly thing. because the way you see that he has completely eradicated the usage in his vehicles from fossil fuel to electric, and now after electric he's coming up with the automated vehicles, and even doing the search upon the open AI for transforming, for assisting the human being in that manner, the way AI could do miracles for all human beings, and even in the medicines also you can say. So it's not only about one industry, but it's about medicine, transportation, space, automobile. The transportation and automobile are the same, and about all other industries which you can see, he is like making tremendous changes for all these industries. So I hope you liked this video, and if you like this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. So this was all for this. So yeah, thank you.